how many of you get so many thoughts when you are taking shower or when you are alone? Raise your hand. Okay, so we have one group and we have a second group. Or how many of you feel you get so comfortable कि जब let's say सब साथ में हो, पीछे block 1 में चाय पीने जाए, सब लोग को देखते, तब you feel more, kind of excited, or you get energy. So yes, there is 1, 2. So these are the 2 different types of personality types. When let's say, what I'm trying to say is extrovert get the energy when they mingle around with other people. Okay, they mingle around, they get together with other people, and the energy bounce back. And then that's how the energy gets created. While introvert on the other side, when they are alone in their own world, so as an example, every Sunday, there is nothing on my schedule. I just sit down in my room on my bed, and that's nothing. There is no schedule on my to-do list, apart from the official work. So that's how I am. I am I in the 4-letter words as per the MBTI. So that's what the introvert is all about. Okay? Everyone is clear till now? Perfect. A second example of extrovert and introvert, there is so I personally has that fear. I'll not call it a fear, but that understanding. I don't go to gym because there are so many people around, right? And I feel awkward or I don't like it. So that's what the introverts are all about. Maybe that person who is doing a cycling there, he would be introvert because gym mein aur koi nahi hai baki, right? And the other side, we have our own session where let's say there are so many people. They like to get mingle around just to make you more perspective. The second situation we have is sensing and feeling. Okay, the sensing part, they prefer do it, abhi karte hai, or they are very much detailed oriented people, and the others part, they prefer to dream big. Example, just to make you relate with the practical situation, I have a couple of slides. So we have covered E and I, we have covered S and intuition. Now we'll be covering thinker and feeler. Okay, S and N is what? This is S and N, sensors and intuition. Then we have this slide is all about thinkers and feelers. Now thinker is more about any decision they want to make, they think very much, while the other part, feeler, they go ahead and they take a decision based on what they feel. Okay, maybe a basic example would be your college days. At least one friend you would be knowing, no matter how many rejections in proposal he or she got, he will still appear and go ahead and make the 3rd proposal, 4th proposal, 5th proposal. Why? Because they feel that maybe मुझे जैसा feel हो रहा है वैसा उनको भी feel हो रहा है, right? So that's how they take decision based on their feelings. While the other perspective is the thinking part. Making every decision would be based on the logic. ये हुआ था 4 साल पहले. This is what the trend is all about. Maybe the future trend would be this, and that's why my decision should be this. That's what about the thinking. I'm just trying to make you aware about what each phenomena would mean, so that when you would be able to identify your personality types, you would be able to relate with that. With me as of now, kuch doubt, kuch query? No. Okay. Based on the logic, they take decision, and the other set of people based on the values. Let's say maybe कोई कितना भी बुरा काम क्यों नहीं करता है ऑफिस में, but at some point of time when it is about firing people, आप उनको fire नहीं कर पाओगे, right? Because at some point of time you get empathized with them, and based on that empathy you connect the values, and then based on you value them, you put yourself into their shoes, and that's why your decision would get affected. Okay. The last fill, so what we have covered, we have got extroverts, introverts, we have got sensors and intuitives, thinkers and feeler. Last is judger and perceivers. Now judger and perceivers, judger is the other part, perceivers are the this part. Judger would plan out everything. 9 बजे मीटिंग स्टार्ट होगा, 9:01 पे ये पेपर ओपन होगा, 9:10 पे डिस्कशन ऑन बजट प्लानिंग, 9:20 पे प्रेजेंटेशन डिफिकल्टीज फेस. और परसीवर जो है 9 बजे मीटिंग स्टार्ट होगा, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Okay, so that's what the perceivers are. So based on this statement, how many of you are judges? सब perceivers है? Okay, interesting. Good. And judges are known more organized, while perceivers are, I'll not say that, but No, so they take life casually, they keep their options open because they feel there is always better thing coming, and improvise is the key, not based on some statistics. Now, why to decode the personality types? I was planning to cover all these aspects that you said. That was my goal, that I cover all these things. That's what it is here. Let's make an effort to know yourself better. Let's make an effort to better understand others so that you can work in a team, and how you can make career progression, career development based on this theory, which is called MBTI. Now, what is MBTI? We'll take a quick theory-based slide. MBTI is based on Carl Jung's theory. It's a Swiss psychoanalyst, Catherine Brigg and Brigmeyer, a mother-daughter psychologist duo. They have put efforts to take Carl Jung's theory more ahead. They have done some research, and based on their research, we have come to some conclusions. So there are many other aspects like illness and sadness part that MBTI is not covering. So it's not, there are 100 parameters. MBTI is just covering 16 of them that we'll be talking about. Now, what was the major use of this MBTI in World War II? As you can see, it was used to help career placement of women, because काफ़ी सारे घर में जो main आदमी थे उनको लड़ाई के लिए जाना होता था. There should be something to survive in the ecosystem part. That's why, to understand the traits of female, this was a good judgmental part. So these are the 8 aspects: extroverts, introverts, sensor, intuitives, thinkers, feelers, judges, and perceivers. Now, what we will do is we'll quickly understand the small video. जो भी ये बताया, we'll have a quick recap. Apart from that recap, we'll be having some more information.
Say hello to Jill and Bill. They work together, but couldn't be any more different. See how they unwind after a long day. How they take in and express information, like giving directions.
Take Pine Street 0.6 miles, turn right on Chestnut Avenue, go 5 blocks north. It's the blue house on the left, number 1943. Here, let me write it down.
Go that way until you see the Stop and Shop, and then walk toward the ocean. You can't miss it.
How they make important decisions. How they organize things, like vacation plans. How they sometimes don't get along. But why is this? Perhaps the Myers-Briggs personality framework can provide answers. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator Assessment is an effective way to assess your innate personality type preferences. Knowing your preferences can better equip you in making decisions, communicating with others, and so much more. For example, some people gain energy by interacting with others, while some recharge through quiet reflection alone. Some people take a detail-oriented approach to information, while others are drawn to the big picture. Some folks take an analytical approach to decision-making, while others focus on how their decisions will impact others. And some people prefer to make and stick to plans, while others take a less structured approach, keeping their options open. All you have to do is take a brief assessment to identify your preferences and determine your 4-letter personality type. Rest assured, it is not a test. There's no such thing as a right or wrong type, and it can't predict the future. But the Myers-Briggs assessment can provide you with a better understanding of yourself and those around you, at work, at home, and anywhere else you may go.
Any doubts, any queries on these 8 letters? Are we clear? Huh. That's what the MBTI is all about. So MBTI makes you identify your natural habits, natural traits. Whenever it is a situational based, you can become, let's say, whenever I need to follow up with the companies, whenever I need to attend meetings where I will get so many leads. I mean, just like a few days back, I went to one of the meetings where there were many people, but I had to interact with all of them just to get the card, so that I can follow up over an email. I can convert that opportunity as an internship and placement. So based on the situation, you become that. I'm on a path now from introvert to extrovert. If I take this test, maybe 3 years back, before I joined my first assignment, my first job, when I was in college, I definitely was, let's say, more than 90% I, that is introvert. But over the last 4 years, I have tried to become extroverts. And when you are able to understand and judge these aspects, it will help you to take some decisions where you are confused in life. So that's what I feel. 8 letters we have seen. There will be 16 personality types. Now how these 16, so you would be any of this 16. Any of these 16 you would be. You could be ESTJ, you could be ESTP, and so on. You could be INFP. Now, which aspect, which kind of personality you have, it will be based on assessment. But how does this combination takes place? So first is source of energy, as I mentioned. Extrovert get energy when they are with people. Introverts when they are alone. Based on the information, how based on the sensation or based on the intuition they get the information, how they make decision. Thinkers or kind of feeling, values based on जो मैंने cover किया अभी, logic versus values, empathy and living style. Judges versus perceivers, जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा, or there has to be a detailed plan of everything. With me, not with me? Okay, wonderful. How many of you are confused? Okay, that's good. Now let's find out what's your personality type. All the 16 parameters that we have seen, all the 16 types we have seen, I'll explain you based on the big tag that MBTI has tagged with all the personality types. We'll understand that and then we'll go to the detailed test. You could be logician, commander. So in short, you could be analyst, you could be diplomat, sentinels or explorers. By the way, I am sentinel, the first one, ISTJ. So based on that, take some time. Do you have a piece of paper? Everyone, piece of paper and pen? If not, then mobile. So based on these 4 slides, read it out and note it down what you feel you are. Then there will be a test. The answer of your answer to the questions will tell you who actually you are. There will be based on video, there will be third analysis that will tell you who you are. We'll combine that and that will be the accurate results. Okay. So now you have idea about all 16 types. Come to conclusion, any one. I'll repeat all the 4 slides and then we'll go to the next step of the session. First slide, now start removing, start excluding all the types because you have to come to any one conclusion. And that one conclusion, you have to note it down in separate piece of paper or mobile or notepad. Second slide. हाँ, अभी आपने लेट्स से पहले स्लाइड में से 2 सिलेक्ट किए हैं या 1 सिलेक्ट किया है, दूसरे स्लाइड में से 4 किए हैं, तीसरे स्लाइड में से 2 किए हैं, लास्ट स्लाइड में से 3 किए हैं. नाउ आउट टोटल हो गए लेट्स से 12. आपको 12 में से कोई एक सिलेक्ट करना है, फाइनल. ओके, दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू फील, बट एक्चुअल क्या हो आप वो नेक्स्ट जो प्रैक्टिस है असेसमेंट दैट विल टेल यू. सो विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट योर हार्ट इज सेइंग and what actually you are. So to make that connection, that's why we are doing this. Write down what you feel you are, and then let's go and understand this in more detailed way. जो सनी जी की अभी क्वेरी थी, we'll solve those all queries. Now आपके हर्ट ने क्या बताया है आपको वो आपने नोट डाउन कर लिया है. Now let's go to one step closer and understand all these things very quickly. Extraversion, introversion, they could be described as talkative. I'll make it very bullet point keyword and we'll go to the next slides very quickly. They are talkative, fast paced environment उनको अच्छा लगता है, tend to work with ideas, with others, think out loud, center of attention उनको अच्छा लगता है. Introverts would be private and reserved, slower pace, they take time to come to the conclusion or take decisions. They would rather change नहीं करना है, okay? वो जो later बना है वो change नहीं करना है. हाँ, वो स्लाइड वालों को बता दो. Jokes apart. They would rather observe than be the center of session. कोने में रहेंगे, they would prefer to observe people. Okay. Second जो है, so I'll tell you very interesting story. जब extrovert and introvert साथ में मिलते हैं, and जब extroverts are saying so many things because they like to talk, बहुत सारे लोगों से बातें करते हैं, but introvert वो कोने में बैठा है, सुन रहा है सब कुछ शांति से. तो extrovert को लगता है आप जग भी रहे हो या are you still awake, सुन रहे हो नहीं सुन रहे हो. So next is sensing. Sensing would be again bullet points. How things are. Sunny ji, sensing. They pay attention to concrete facts and details, prefer ideas that have practical applications, and describe things in a specific and very concise way. Intuitive would be they imagine things, they see a big picture, enjoy ideas, and they like to describe things in a figurative or poetic way. स्टोरी टेलिंग कुड बी टू थिंग्स, एक होगा वो बहुत स्टोरी बना के पूरा पोएट बना के मुझे वहाँ जाना है तो वो स्टार्ट करेगा, मैं घर से निकल रहा हूँ और ऑल दोस थिंग्स एंड दे रीच टू द डेस्टिनेशन, एंड अदर्स आर आई रीच देयर, खत्म, राइट। नाउ इसका प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन SNN, जो भी आपको दिखे अभी उसको वेरी क्विकली बताना है। I'll tell you and you have to respond very fast, okay? Let's go. क्या दिख रहा है आपको? हार्ट किसने बोला? हाँ, so you would be probably the S type, very particular, जो दिख रहा है खत्म, and poetic way, ये तो cloud तो है but heart भी है, that's, I mean I'm able to relate the things, you got it right? That's the poetic way of understanding, same picture है but there is a difference. Done? Okay, let's go to third part, thinking. They make decision in a impersonal way using logical reasoning based on the facts. They value justice, fairness. They treat every people with same, and जो fillers होते हैं they based on the empathy or let's say जो situation होती है based on that they take a decision. Thinkers would be reasonable. They would be more warm and empathetic. Awards and recognition for this particular T and F. I'll tell you a story again. जो thinker होते हैं, let's say there is a task. If this is a beginning of task, this is the completion of task. Start किया और खत्म हो गया है. Now जो thinker है, now let's say if I ask thinker that आपको कब recognition and awards मिलना चाहिए, then thinker would say जब मैं यहाँ पे पहुँचूँ तब. But feeler will say I enjoy the warmth, right? I enjoy, let's say, when someone compliments me. Now, if I ask feeler कि कब आपको competition awards recognition मिलना चाहिए, तो he will say यहाँ पे मिलना चाहिए, यहाँ पे मिलना चाहिए, यहाँ पे मिलना चाहिए. Every stage I should be recognized. Okay, that's how the feelers work. Just to make you aware about things. Now, judging and pursuing very open. Prefer to have matter settled. कोई problem है, लाओ facts देखो, close. We have taken the decision. खत्म. Okay. No कुछ अल्लाह गुल्ला, no story, nothing. We come to the conclusion based on the statistics right away. And जो perseverers होते हैं, they leave option open. ये है situation, देखो तो वो उसको भी analyze करो, ये इसके जैसा ही है, उसका decision क्या आया था, तो maybe based on that we can relate something. So that's how they think rules and deadlines should be respected. 9-10 पे आना है तो 9-10 पे आना ही है. And these are okay, देखा जाएगा. So now इसका एक story है. Let's say if you go to honest, दो डिफरेंट टाइप के लोग हैं, दैट इज जजर्स एंड परसीवर्स. जजर्स वुड से मैंने देखा ओके पाव भाजी वेटर को पाव भाजी, एंड परसीवर्स हुए ओके पाव भाजी, दूसरा क्या है ये भी है, ओके उसके अलावा क्या है वो भी है, कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है तो बाजू वाला क्या खा रहा है, so, क्या क्या ऑप्शंस है, बेस्ड ऑन दैट ऑप्शंस दे कम टू द कंक्लूजन. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ. देयर विल बी वीडियो, आई विल नॉट इंटरप्ट इन बिटवीन द वीडियो. There will be 4 kind of questions which will be asked, and all 4 questions will be having 2 options. Okay, please listen. There will be 4 questions. All 4 questions will be having 2 options. Answer, you have to select any one. Okay, so in short आप 4 आंसर सिलेक्ट करोगे, एंड वो 4 आंसर जो सिलेक्ट करोगे उसमें इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया जाएगा, अगर ये आंसर है तो आपको ये लिखना है, अगर ये आंसर है तो ये लिखना है. दैट मीन्स ई लिखना है या आई लिखना है, एस या एन, टी और जे, पी वो लिखना है. ओके, so this is the third time validation. This is more like a situation. इसको आप relate कर पाओगे daily life से. Okay, so this could be more accurate as well, just on a validation part. Let's go ahead.
It's always interesting and fun to learn more about yourself. And
सुनाई
what
दे रहा
can
है?
be a better
Listen
way
to
to do it than the famous Myers-Briggs type indicator? It was created during World War II to help women get jobs and replace the men who had left to fight. After answering several questions, they got a short report according to which they could find the most effective work. Some Western companies still use the Myers-Briggs type indicator when selecting candidates for their vacancies. And it's no surprise. This test proved to be effective not only for choosing a job, but also for describing a person. So, grab a piece of paper and a pen and prepare to learn more about yourself. Here is a short version of this test with only 4 questions and 2 answer options to each. The combination of letters will tell you a lot about your personality type, your strengths and weaknesses, and a lot of other stuff that may surprise you. Let's begin. Question 1. You are exhausted because your week was endless and less than great. How are you going to spend your weekend?
So the question is, आप मंडे से सैटरडे ज़बरदस्त काम किया है, इतना अच्छा नहीं रहा है आपका वीकडेज पार्ट, नाउ वीकेंड संडे है, आप क्या करना प्रीफर करोगे?
I'll call my friends to ask about their plans. I heard that a new restaurant opened, a nice comedy is playing in the cinemas, there are big discounts at the paintball club. We should all go out together. I'll switch on the don't disturb mode on my phone and stay at home. I'll watch a new episode of my favorite TV show, do a puzzle, and take a long bath with a book.
Done. So whatever you think you are, the relation part, E or I, note it down. We'll go to the second question then. And here is the second question.
If you chose the first variant, you're an extrovert, so write down the letter E. If the second option is more you, then you're an introvert. Your letter for this one is I. Question 2. Which of these two descriptions suits you more? The most important thing for me is what's happening here and now. I assess real situations and pay attention to details.
You can read it again.
Facts are boring. I love to dream and play over upcoming events in my mind. I rely more on intuition than information. If the first description is 100% you, you are a sensing type. So S is your second letter. The second option stands for an intuitive type of people.
इसमें कुछ query है? Both the situation you got it. If you think S type, then note it down as. If you think N type, note it down N. No queries, right? Let's go to the third question.
If you chose it, put down an N. Question 3. A competitor of your current employer is trying to entice you. You have doubts because the salary is much higher there, but the staff here is great. Moreover, the head of your department hinted that he would recommend you to the bosses when he retires. How are you going to make a decision?
Practical situation, IIIT वडोदरा से कॉल आता है, there is an opportunity. You are confused. यहाँ पे स्टाफ बहुत बढ़िया है, वहाँ पे सैलरी बहुत ज़्यादा है. आप क्या करोगे वो सिचुएशन में? जब आपका जो सुपीरियर है वो बताता है कि I'll get you promoted. Whether he will do.
I'll learn all the available information about the competitor, ask my HR manager for advice, and draw a chart with all the pros and cons. In such cases, it's important to weigh up all the arguments and assess the situation with a sharp mind.
You can read it again.
I'll listen to my feelings. I always try to follow my heart. If the first option is your go-to plan in this situation, you are a thinking type, which stands for T. Second variant describes feeling type. It's an F. Question 4. Only 2 weeks are left before your close friend's wedding.
2 वीक बाकी है क्लोज फ्रेंड के शादी के वेडिंग में. आप पहला सिचुएशन फॉलो करेंगे या दूसरा फॉलो करेंगे?
How are the preparations going? One month ago, I chose the saxophonist who will play a medley of our school songs, collected the couple's photo love story, composed a poem, pressed to my suit, made appointments with the stylist and makeup master. I prepare to be fully armed.
सब कुछ कर लिया इसमें. और
Why prepare? I'll be having fun and enjoying myself at the party. I'll improvise my wedding speech. The best things happen spontaneously. If the first point is preferable for you, you are a judging type, so be sure to put down the letter J. If the second approach seems more attractive to you, you are a perceiving person, which means that your letter is P.
So I think That was a third type of, third way of validating what you are. Okay. Note down कर लिया है ना? So you have first one, you have second one through assessment, you have third one through video. कितनों का तीनों common है? No one. Okay. That's interest. Okay, आपका है? दो common. Oh, okay. Wonderful. So we'll go to the third and the final validation part. Okay. Very quickly, अगर आपके पास piece of paper है, तो उसमें first question है, read out the first question. उसके नीचे couple of points है, आपको कोई एक select करना है. Okay. As an answer, first question के answer में जो भी points है दोनों side, उसमें से कोई एक select करना है. या तो left या तो right, दोनों नहीं. तो फटाफट in next 2 minutes जो भी आपको लगता है कि आंसर है based on your thinking, personality, type. हाँ, left or right, not and. It should be or. No. So let me show you. Let me tell you. The question is how do you get your energy? Answer could be you are generally sociable, or you are generally quiet. You cannot be both. Okay. So tick on any one of them. Then you go to the second. You are focused on the outer world or you are focused on the inner world. Any one. Tick any one. Take one. Yes. So as an example, question 1 has 7 answers. So for question 1, you should be able to answer 7. Okay. There should be 7 in the answer box. Number. Okay. So I think let me just re-explain what you have to do. You have to tick whether you are generally sociable or generally quiet. You have to you have to tick any one. Then come next, whether you are focused on outer world or inner world. Tick any one. Then keep going like this. Okay. Not a box wise. It should be every answer, any one. So once you are done, then you can make a summation of all the boxes. Let's say मैंने सभी टिक यहाँ पे किए हैं. So my number for question 1 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 would be a number, right? तो यहाँ पे जो सबसे ज़्यादा है, that you make a big circle on that. जहाँ पे भी सबसे ज़्यादा है. Let's say यहाँ पे 7 में से 3 यहाँ पे किए हैं, 4 यहाँ पे किए हैं. तो 4 यहाँ पे तो that is bigger than 3. तो you make a circle here. इस क्वेश्चन में या let's say here there are 8. Don't make it 4, 4. Okay. So wherever there is a big number, just make a circle there. All column. So that it will be easily. So just like circle like this. Listen everyone. So here are your answers. Let's say सबसे ज़्यादा आपने यहाँ पे है. Let's say यहाँ पे टिक है, यहाँ पे टिक है, यहाँ पे टिक है, यहाँ पे टिक है, यहाँ पे टिक है. तो you are I. Okay. Let's say यहाँ पे 4 है, यहाँ पे 3 है और यहाँ पे 5 है. Then another letter would be N, I-N. यहाँ पे 5 में से यहाँ पे 2 है, यहाँ पे 3, यहाँ पे 2 है, यहाँ पे 3 है. Then you are I-N-T. Okay. And out of this 5, here you have 1, here you have 4. So you are I-N-T-P. That's your personality. This is a revalidation. Got it? Any queries? हो गया ना? So you can take it back to your home and you can think about it. Wonderful. Thanks a lot, everyone. You have been wonderful audience. I hope you have gained something. We have exchanged things, and this would be beneficial with you. Thanks a lot, sir.